Welcome to the Community Pub Hero Awards, sponsored by Matthew Clark. This is the annual Pub Aid Awards night where we celebrate the incredible charity work and community support done by the UK's vital pub sector. I'm Johnny Garrett, a beer writer and broadcaster, and I'm honoured to present this year's awards, which come near the end of what has been the strangest and hardest 14 months in living memory for the trade. In a year where it would have been easy and understandable for pubs to focus on their own survival, the lengths that our finalists and indeed all entries have gone to help others in need has been genuinely humbling to see. Pubs truly are the heart of our communities. Tonight, we're going to learn about the unbelievable work of our finalists one by one, giving them the recognition they deserve for their incredible selflessness and drive to make the world a better place. At the end, we'll be announcing our Community Pub Hero winner, who our judges believe made the greatest impact during the lockdowns. Even so, it's worth remembering that it's our collective impact as a community and as an industry that matters most, and Pub Aid would like to extend their enormous thanks to everyone who has got stuck in during 2020 and 2021. Before showing you the videos that the finalists have sent in, I'd like to welcome Pub Aid President Keith Bott to the stream to say a few words.
Good evening, everybody. My passion for pubs started early in life. As an 8-year-old, I had a book which I took everywhere with me, wrote down the names of pubs I saw, along with the name of the brewery. By the time I was 15, I was caught enjoying a pint while on a geography field trip. Later, when the teacher disciplined me, he asked me why I'd chosen to go into the Church Inn, and I explained it was the best free house in the 1983 Good Beer Guide. He laughed and pointed out that was why he'd chosen it too. Times do change. Pubs would no longer countenance 15-year-old drinking, but they still remain the place we all turn to come together. That passion for pubs is replicated by a group of industry stalwarts who came together at a time when pubs were being portrayed as the problem in communities, particularly in town centres, and they created Pub Aid. Now in the 11th year, Pub Aid continues to champion the pub as the beating heart of communities, recognising how pubs bring social cohesion, reduce loneliness, bring people together, provide safe, supervised environments, care about their neighbours, and work tirelessly to support local charities and sports clubs. In fact, Pub Aid has shown that pubs raise over £100 million every year for charity and invest over £40 million in grassroots sport in their communities. No one could have foreseen what has happened to our industry over the last 12 months. And with that in mind, it was decided that Pub Aid's annual Charity Pub of the Year award should this year consider that work that has gone on that just wouldn't have happened anywhere else. The amazing traditional fundraising role, but also the terrific work that pubs have done to support their communities and local charities. And hence we launched the Community Pub Hero Awards. The awards reflect the resilience that licensees across the UK have shown in such difficult times. As they face their own livelihoods disappearing, they continue to put others first. This year's finalists are quite phenomenal, each in their own way highlighting the incredible care and selflessness that is displayed by our fabulous publicans across the UK. On behalf of Pub Aid, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Matthew Clark for their support for these awards, along with Magners, who have supported us since Pub Aid was conceived. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Ros Shiel for the incredible work she's done in extremely challenging circumstances that has allowed us to reach this point. Thank you from all of us, Ros. We really do appreciate your work. Finally, I'd like to thank the All-Party Parliamentary Beer Group and its member MPs for their involvement and nominations. We received over 60 MP nominations, which is a record, and underlines their recognition of all that pubs mean to their communities. I know Mike Wood, as chair of the beer group, will expand on the pub's role in the community shortly. But it was one of Mike's predecessors, Graham Evans, who summed up exactly what this evening was about when he declared, "Pubs are a force for good." Please enjoy the rest of the evening. Back over to you, Johnny.
Thank you, Keith. We'll now move on to hearing about all the incredible work of our finalists, many of whom have supplied videos to talk about what they've achieved over the last 12 months. We'd love you to show your appreciation in the comments section as we go through. So we'll start with the Balge Inn in Newquay. The Balge hosted live shows from the local beach that brought thousands together. They also held virtual music gigs, raising money for the NHS, a virtual Easter egg hunt, free weekly virtual live yoga sessions, and a thank you campaign giving out Balge vouchers to local heroes on the front line of the pandemic. Here's their video.
Hi, I'm Sally Pickles from the Balge Inn at Crantock in Cornwall, and we are a pub overlooking the beautiful Crantock Beach, and we're incredibly honoured to have been selected as a finalist for the Pub Hero Awards for our community support. At the start of lockdown, we wanted to make sure we stayed in touch with everybody, including friends, family and local community and our wider spread following. And so we did that using live streams of our walks and the beautiful beaches and live music, yoga, anything we could think of, we just shared it with the community. And we also continue to support our local sports clubs and delivering food parcels to neighbours nearby. So everything we shared on our social media with our team and on our Balge page reached hundreds of thousands of followers, and there were really heartwarming comments and support for us, as well as the support that we were reaching out to give. So it was a two-way thing, really.
Our next finalist is the Bevy in Brighton. When lockdown was announced in March 2020, the Bevy's team of volunteers and staff decided they would cook and deliver hot meals 3 times a week to ensure that none of the elderly attendees of their regular lunch clubs went hungry. The team served more than 6,000 meals and staged a number of online quizzes to keep the community connected, including the world's first online deaf-friendly quiz. This is their video.
Hi, my name's Helen and I'm part of the Bevy Community Pub. When lockdown first happened, we closed the pub on Tuesday the 17th, and on Friday the 20th we started doing our Meals on Wheels. A lot of that was based on the contacts that we had with the community through our lunch groups. We started off with 17 people, I think that first day. It quickly grew to about 70 people per day. So we have been doing 3 deliveries a week and serving between 70 and 30 people, depending on where we are in lockdown. And we're still doing that. And the brilliant thing about it has been we've not only been providing meals, but we've got a bit of an eyes on with people who are a bit vulnerable, and especially during the lockdown when people weren't going anywhere. I think lots of people said it was a bit of a highlight. They had somebody visiting them, they had a kind word, there was somebody looking in on them. And we've certainly been able to check in on people because of those reports back. So it's been about food, but it's also been about contact and company. So we're still doing it. We're still serving 50 plus meals 3 times a week, and what we've realised is that there will always be a need, and we'd like to try and fill this need. And the other thing to say about it is where we started serving predominantly senior residents, we're now serving a mixture, a lot of families that are vulnerable that have come to us through referrals from social services or Senkos at the school. So yeah, I think we're really pleased that we can provide that service, and I think going forwards there's always going to be a need within the community. It's not just because there's a pandemic. I think people have health issues or financial issues, whatever going on. So we're hoping to continue this, and on the basis of that we've been building a sort of a work experience with a local school for young adults with additional needs. So that's brilliant. It's another string to our bow. It's definitely another string to their bow. They're part of a team that are providing meals. We have to do it in a 3-hour time set. So they're really getting proper hands-on work experience and growing up their catering skills, as well as all their soft skills and working as part of a team. So, long may it continue.
Our next finalist is the Angel and Crown in Richmond. The team at this Fuller's pub jumped into action as soon as lockdown was announced, providing hot food and drinks, clothing and toiletries to anyone in need, as well as working with local homeless organisation Spear to help people find accommodation. In total, the Angel and Crown serve 5,000 hot meals, 6,000 cups of tea, and 7,000 bottles of water to local people in need. And here is their video.
We provided a pick up and go service for the homeless. So what that entailed was we provided them a hot meal, a hot drink, bottle of water, fruit, piece of cake, and that went in a bag. And the front of the pub has got a big window, so they would walk up to the window, we'd hand out the bag to them, step back, and they would grab it and go. Then also we also supplied sort of clothing, we also supplied toiletries. So it was sort of a whole service that we grew into to supply and help the homeless. We started off about 20, 25 a day, but that grew rapidly to about 50 to 70 a day, and that was 7 days a week. The word got out very quickly what we were doing, and everybody wanted to help out. And obviously the conditions weren't ideal we couldn't have everybody coming out because of the restrictions, but certainly we had massive help with regards to finance and helping us and volunteering, donating clothes, a bit of toiletries. So it was brilliant, and it's still carried on to this day. We're still getting massive support, even though the service is a lot smaller, we're still getting a lot of support. Before lockdown, we were working with local homeless charities, the Vineyard, and my chef would go up there and help and teach them how to cook and teach them how to get back self-sufficiency. So this is how we got involved with them in the beginning. And then during the lockdown, we were doing that. And then the first time that we were able to open again, we were still helping in the background. And we don't stop there. So anybody we see on the street, we get to know all the characters. So that has always helped. And then we're getting to help with local projects that are helping get furniture for local charity, for the homeless. We get involved with people, other local charities like Etna, who help them feed them on a 3-day basis. So as a group, we get to know everybody else who's helping the homeless, and we're just part of that chain, which is brilliant. It's our ethos as a pub, as a business, is how can we help the local community? It's not take all the time. How can we give back? Because I think, life is a lot poorer if you can't give back. And I think as a proper community pub, that's what we should be doing. I'm very humbled because, I look at what other pubs and businesses and have done around the country, and there's some amazing people that have done some amazing things, and I'm just astounded that we've been recognised. And, it's my staff have been brilliant, and the team around it, the guys outside who have been helping out, very humbled. I just think it's amazing. But the important thing, it is highlighting the issues of these people that are on the street that need help and how we can help them. There's many ways we can do that. And I'm just amazed at the recognition that we have received.
So we've seen some absolutely fantastic work already. And before we move on to the next set of videos, Richard Hayhoe, Marketing Director of Community Pub Hero Awards sponsor Matthew Clark, has a few words to say.
Everyone at Matthew Clark is delighted to be sponsoring this competition for the 3rd year and to once again be working with Pub Aid and the All-Party Parliamentary Beer Group. This year, of course, has been an extremely challenging one for pubs, which makes it even more important that their efforts are recognised and rewarded. These awards have really highlighted the great support given by so many pubs to their communities during the lockdowns of the last year. Reading the entries was genuinely humbling. When so many licensees faced uncertain futures themselves, they didn't hesitate to jump in to help the vulnerable in their communities. Across the country, we saw pubs pivoting to provide essential groceries, cooking and delivering meals to the elderly or those shielding, and helping the homeless or those facing financial hardship due to the pandemic. And licensees didn't just help with the physical needs of their local residents, they also supported their mental health and well-being, hosting online quizzes and music nights, or running listening ear services, all of which designed to keep people connected while face-to-face contact was prohibited. Like everyone else in the hospitality industry, we're absolutely delighted that pubs have started to reopen. And it's great to see that people have turned out in numbers, despite the great British weather, to get back out to the pubs that supported their communities during lockdown. Let's hope that one upside of the pandemic is that people now really understand how important the pub is to its local community. On behalf of Matthew Clark, congratulations to all the finalists. Judging this year was exceptionally tough, So to have reached the last 10 is a tremendous achievement.
Thank you, Richard. Our next finalist is the Clifton Arms in Blackburn. The Clifton Arms team sent out boxes of essential groceries to vulnerable locals, fruit baskets to keep staff at local hospitals and care homes healthy, provided TVs and radios for care home residents, and hot meals and warm clothing for the homeless. Here is their video.
Hi, my name's Carol Davis from the Clifton Arms in Blackburn. Just a little bit of what we've been doing in lockdown. We have helped out with essential boxes for all the community, and we've also helped out. We have sent lots of fruit and veg up to all the staff in the hospital and the A&E department. We've also got involved with care homes and mental health teams at the hospital, and we provided radios and TVs for all those that was in isolation. We provided lunch treats for all the post office workers and the guys and girls that go up and down delivering the mail. We did a big treat for them. During the school holidays, we got together and we have had milk delivered 3 times a week to several families in the community from December, and it runs right through to April. So we made sure that all the children that was off school in lockdown got provided with milk. We also did, and we're still doing, is essential shops for families with children and for those that are struggling. We've done a lot of things for care home workers as well as care homes and key workers and hospital NHS. We got involved with Pendle Health Mental View, Child Action Northwest and the hospice, and for our own well-being we decided to do a walk in February, which was for those just to get them out the house for a little walk. For the elderly we said they could do 5 miles, the rest of them chose to do 28. Over that period we all got sponsored and we raised money for the 3 charities, for the local mental health team, for the hospice and also for Child Action Northwest. I have a great team of community people here, and no matter what is asked they get involved, whether it's individual or whether it's for community raising funds, and day in day out they support this tremendously. And before the lockdown we did this week in, week out. We're there to help each other, be there for one another, and we continue to do so, and we will carry on as long as we're all together. We work as a team, and Team Clifton is individually we can do so little, together we can achieve so much. Thank you.
Our next finalist is the Horse and Jockey in Melling, Merseyside. The Horse and Jockey team cooked and delivered a total of 15,000 free hot meals to vulnerable and shielding local residents, sent out 1,000 care packages, shopped for the community, and collected and dropped off medication. They also ran a listening ear service, calling everyone on their hot meal service to check on them and offer a chat. At the end of the first lockdown, the pub created a permanent community kitchen to continue helping those in need. Here's their video.
We took on the pub knowing that you've got a responsibility as a licensee when you take on a community pub. And this is a community, and we've seen that now over the last 14 weeks. We put the call up to say, look, if we can help, we can. It's this community that's driven that help.
My name is Suzanne Franklin. I'm the landlady, owner of the Horse and Jockey pub in Melling, which is currently the community kitchen, Melling Volunteers Community Kitchen.
Good on about the Horse and Jockey. I do all I can to make sure that the vulnerable people in our communities are getting hot meals as and when needed. And we're doing our best to keep the community together and keep the community healthy.
It took a time like COVID for us all to realise just how community spirited we are, and it came to a time like COVID-19 where we all realised we just wanted to help each other, and it was just a great feeling to know that we were doing something that was needed and that was positive for our community.
Our next finalist is the Modern in Darlington. After using leftover ingredients to make 40 meals for local vulnerable people, the Modern went on to start a crowdfunding campaign that helped them eventually serve over 900 meals a week to elderly and vulnerable locals. Here's their video.
Hiya, my name's Simon. I'm the landlord of the Mowden pub up here in sunny, well, it's sunny today, Darlington in the northeast of England. I just wanted to tell you a bit about why we nominated for the award today, about what we got up to back in lockdown 1, which seems like a lifetime ago now. But back in March 20, when we were shut down, we were sort of, as a business, we were left with quite a bit of stock with the sort of abrupt closure, and so we sort of, just as a means of not wasting food, reached out to the local community to see if there's anyone that we could help out who was struggling or perhaps who were self-isolating already, and we sent them some meals out for free from the stock that we had left over. This sort of quickly progressed into a full-time job, really, and the people that we found, and we kept finding more and more people with sad stories that had been stuck inside and no means to feed themselves. So our sort of 60 meals that we sent out the first week rapidly, in about 2 to 3 weeks time, turned to 900 meals a week, and us taking donations from people to help fund it, and by the end of the sort of 12 weeks of lockdown, we'd sent out well over 10,000 meals to people in our local community, which was a lovely thing to be able to do. And then beyond that, we opened back up in July, so obviously had to stop, and then second lockdown from November, we were shut then. I since then have been helping out at the vaccination centres, marshalling 2-3 days a week, and my wife Rachel, who can't be with us today, she's busy. She trained to do testing at a school, so all in all we had an eventful year with lots of downs, but equally lots of ups, and it was lovely to help people, and led to us even getting a mention in the Houses of Parliament by our local MP, which was nice recognition. Anyway, that's what we were doing. We're back to it now, happy to be back to work, and long may that continue. All right, see you soon. Thank you.
Our next finalist is the Old Courts in Wigan. The team at the Old Courts delivered 700 food parcels to local people in need and a further 10,000 packed lunches to children during school holidays. They also made over 900 phone calls to isolated residents and collected unwanted musical instruments for children who wanted to learn but couldn't afford an instrument. A great way to turn lockdown into a learning opportunity for youngsters. This is their video.
Hi, my name's Helen and I'm from the Old Courts. During lockdown, we sent a shout out for volunteers to help with our community outreach work. We got a brilliant response. So we started off with the help of Fairclent delivering food parcels to those that needed them. We also started doing one-to-one calls to those who were feeling vulnerable and lonely during the isolation of lockdown. This got a fantastic response as well, from both the volunteers involved and the people receiving the calls, to the point that some people who have been receiving the calls are now actually making the calls. Hopefully, we want to continue doing these calls once lockdown is over and things get back to normal, because clearly there is a need for it in our society at this time. Thank you very much.
Our third speech of the night is from Mike Wood, chairman of the All Parliamentary Beer Group, who'd like to say a few words.
Thanks, Johnny. It's always a great pleasure and honour to co-host these events with Pub Aid and the support of Matthew Clark. But it's also humbling to meet with the winners and hear firsthand the fantastic things that pubs do for charity and to support their communities. Now, as Keith said earlier, we always talk about pubs being a force for good. And over the past 15 months, this has been more obvious than ever. We appreciate pubs even more when we can't visit them. The closure of our pubs has left an enormous hole in so many people's lives. The fact that so many people have sat in pub gardens and gazebos in the cold, the wind, the hail, rain and snow over the last couple of weeks shows how much we've missed them and how desperate people are to get back. But even when pubs have not been allowed to open, when many of them were themselves struggling, they have not stopped supporting their local communities. In fact, so many have really upped their game, stepping up to do even more to help. And this is highlighted by the stories we're hearing this evening, which are some fantastic examples of the many, many submissions we've received. Now, we asked MPs within the all-party parliamentary beer group to nominate pubs within their constituencies for a Community Pub Hero Award, and we were overwhelmed with the response. More than 60 members of parliament came forward, and some of them named more than one pub hero in their constituency. So congratulations to all of the shortlisted pubs that we've heard from tonight. The standard of entries this year has been incredible. So to win through from over 100 entries is a great achievement. And congratulations also to all of those other submissions who demonstrated incredible work within their local area, haven't quite made it through to the shortlist. Within your own communities, all of you are pub heroes. So good luck to all of the shortlisted entries, and thank you for all that all of you have done.
Thank you, Mike. Our next finalist is the Orange Tree in Baldock, Hertfordshire. The Orange Tree team were unable to provide a video, so let me tell you a little about their amazing work. The Orange Tree was converted into a non-profit shop when lockdown hit, offering priority shopping to the vulnerable and frontline workers, with a 20% markup that made a donation to the Baldock Musician Support Fund to support musicians whose livelihood dried up when pubs and other music venues shut. In total, the shop raised an amazing £45,000. Licensee Rob Scahill said, "I'm so proud of the support we've been able to offer our local community as well as to local musicians. I'm also very proud to say that since lockdown was first imposed on us, I have sold beer every single day, never closing, always finding a way to safely get beer and food to my customers." Our next finalist is the Portsmouth Arms in Hatchwarren, Basingstoke. Richard Curtis, the GM at this Hall and Woodhouse pub, launched a virtual pub quiz on Facebook Live at the end of March 2020. He hosted a family-friendly and adult quiz each day, raising £9,000 for charity and reaching over 100,000 people. In May, Rich broke the Guinness World Record for the longest ever Quizmaster session, raising £21,000 for the Pink Place Cancer Charity in Basingstoke. In total, the Portsmouth Arms quizzes have raised close to £66,500. Here is their video.
Hi there, my name is Richard Curtis. I'm the General Manager of the Portsmouth Arms in Basingstoke and really rubbish at doing these videos. So I've been asked to do a brief overview of what we've been up to. Basically, we went straight away. The day after Boris announced the first lockdown, we decided to start doing some online quizzes. The Portsmouth Arms has been doing a quiz every week for about the last 20 years, so we wanted to continue that. What started as, let's just do a quiz, turned into let's do it every night, that then turned into let's do it twice a day, and then it turned into let's do it 3 times a day at the weekend. And from that we started to put a donation for charity up, and we started to raise some money. What started with that then went on to let's go for the world record for the longest ever pub quiz. We achieved that, 34 hours and 50 minutes non-stop quizzing. And then we just carried on. We carried on all the way until we opened the pub in July. We carried on doing it weekly after that. Off the back of the success of the quizzes, we started doing a community market, allowing stalls to trade in the car park to continue that real sort of community vibe. Lockdown hit in November. We went back to quizzing every day. We reopened the pub in December. And then obviously everything happened in January and we went back to quizzing every day. Alongside that, we done some sort of walking challenges where we were walking 10k a day, doing lots of stuff online on Facebook. And yeah, we've achieved quite a lot. We raised £66,500 and we really brought a community together when it really needed it. Just got distracted there. I'm not starting again. And yeah, so we've had a really good year. We've won some awards. I got a BEM from the Queen in the New Year's Honours list, and for me the biggest achievement was just being there for the community in its time of need. It went absolutely worldwide. We were talking to people daily from crazy places like Nova Scotia and Canada and the West Indies, and yeah, it went crazy. So yeah, that's what we've been up to the last year, quizzing a lot, being there for the community and just having a good time. Thank you very much.
Our last finalist is the Portobello Inn in West Kingstown, Kent. The team at the Portobello Inn started delivering hot food to local vulnerable people using the stock from their kitchen. But as word spread, this grew to 2 hot meals a day for around 100 people. They then teamed up with the local cook branch to bring that amazing number to 170 and include a number of NHS workers. Here is their video. As you'll have seen, there's been some incredible hard work and commitment put into helping the elderly, vulnerable and frontline workers during the pandemic, with some truly remarkable amounts raised for various affected charities. There's no doubt that this has saved and changed lives. All our finalists and entrants are a credit to our industry and proof of the importance of public houses. The privilege of announcing the winner falls to Richard Hayhoe at sponsors Matthew Clark. So before I cut to his video, if you are announced as the winner, we'd love it if you could click the link now appearing in the comments. And doing so will allow me to bring you onto the stream where you can say a few words or thank anybody if you so choose. And now, to announce the winners, I'm bringing back Richard Hayhoe of Matthew Clark.
So it's my pleasure to announce the winners of this year's competition. And I would again stress how difficult it was to reach a decision with such a strong shortlist. In a break from previous years, the judges have decided to award 2 top awards this year, recognising the very different community support offered by these 2 exceptional pubs. So without further ado, our winners are the Horse and Jockey in Melling on Merseyside and licensees Adam and Suzanne Franklin, and the Portsmouth Arms in Basingstoke and licensee Rich Curtis. Congratulations to both our winners, who, while taking different approaches, brilliantly supported their communities in lockdown. The Portsmouth Arms started a record-breaking pub quiz that raised over £50,000 for charity, while the Horse and Jockey cooked and delivered over 15,000 free hot meals and delivered an additional 1,000 care packages in their community. Congratulations and well done to you both.
Huge congratulations to the 2 winners. If you'd like to come on to the stream and say a few words, then the link is just there in the comments section. Just click it, pop your name into the box, and you can join us because we'd love to hear from you guys. I can see we've already got one of you joining. So let's bring on the amazing team from the Horse and Jockey. You can join us because we'd love to hear from you guys. I can see we've already got one of you joining. So let's bring on the amazing team from Horse and Jockey. Join us.
Thank you.
There appears to be a minor delay, but congratulations, guys. How does it feel?
It feels great, to be part of such a brilliant group of publicans.
Congratulations, guys. How does it feel?
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it feels great.
Oh,
Not at all.
that'll go pride a place. We've got a place for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We're also able to bring on your local MP, Bill Esterton, just to say a few words of congratulations.
Hi, Adam and Sue, and everybody. Brilliant news that you've won the award. I'm so proud of you and all the volunteers. 15,000 hot meals to vulnerable and shielding residents, and you did such a great job supporting Marcus Rashford, and everybody was campaigning on free school meals as well. I hope he's going to learn about your award win, because I know he supported you when you were doing the free meals. Look, you've done a brilliant job for the community, for so many people. Thank you for everything that you've done. I just hope that you get the recognition, not just with this award, but on behalf of the whole pub industry, where the government gives you that support on VAT, ensuring that local pubs and breweries can be part of the economic recovery and the social recovery, getting people back in your pubs, not just outdoors. Look, and I've got one plea for the government that I'll make in response to this on your behalf. Any COVID loans, wait till people can afford to start repaying them and any other debts before you make people repay. Look, well done today to the Horse and Jockey, Adam, Sue, and everybody else. But let's use this as an opportunity to really fly the flag for pubs up and down the country who've played their part as part of their communities and need help to be able to continue to do so. Well done. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you want to say, guys? Anybody you want to thank that's helped out with all the amazing work you've been doing?
Our fantastic Melling volunteers, and especially our community, because we couldn't have done this on our own. It was our community as a whole. Everyone pulled together. People were running around, and they were checking on neighbours, even people who weren't involved in Melling volunteers. It was like it was catching. All of a sudden, everyone came together. You were checking on your neighbours next door. People putting people forward. But especially Melling volunteers, we're a mixture of so many different walks of life, different trades, everything. We came together, and you get to know people and you make lifelong friends. Thank you so much for all of them. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to extend my thanks as well, and congratulations to you guys. There will be Matthew Clark giving £500 to a charity of your choice as part of the prize, and the same is true of the Portsmouth Arms as well. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, everyone.
Wow.
Welcome.
And so it looks like Rich Curtis of the Portsmouth Arms won't be joining us. So that does bring us to the end of tonight's awards. Congratulations to all of the nominees, all of the people that were nominated by their MPs as well, and of course the finalists and the winners. I hope that next year we can all be together to celebrate the amazing achievements of the pub industry and all the hard work done to help those in need. Until then, please stay safe as the UK opens up, and all the best with your businesses and charity work going forward. Good night.